In this video, I'm gonna show you 10 tricks to DJ more creatively so you can stop doing boring mixes like this and start doing cool mixes like this. DJing can get pretty boring once you've mastered the basics, but to be completely honest with you, the basics is all you really need to DJ 100% of the time. Just look at DJs like Steve Aoki and David Guetta. But for you guys out there who wanna mix better and more creatively, implementing the 10 following techniques along with your own can really help you out in separating yourself from every other DJ out there. So if you want to put your own spin to your DJing style and really give your audience a unique performance, this is the video for you. Please keep in mind though that these 10 techniques are not meant to replace your mixing and DJing fundamentals, but rather are optional techniques you can implement to DJ more creatively. Now before we begin, if you guys want to know where I downloaded these songs and where I download songs for DJing in general, well, I use DJ Record Pools. And you can think of DJ Record Pools as huge libraries of music of all genres where DJs can download all the tracks they could ever need. And that includes acapellas, instrumentals, tracks with intros and outros, and so much more. And one of my favorite DJ Record Pools that I use is Create Connect. And if you want to get a huge discount on their services, use the coupon code DJ Carlo when you sign up on their site. Anyway, let's get started. The first section of this video will cover a couple of techniques to mix your next track in. So let's begin with the first one, cueing and mixing your next track in silently. Drumming your track in. Filtering your track in. And scratching your track in. The first three techniques are pretty self-explanatory, so the remainder of the first section of this video will cover scratching. So if you have no interest in that, skip to section 2. So if you're still watching, let's tackle the baby scratch, which is a scratch most DJs use to mix their tracks in. And it works by simply pushing and pulling your sample and releasing the track when you want to mix it in. So how do you do the baby scratch? The first step is to ready your sample at the playhead. Then simply push and pull your sample with the intention to bring the sample back to its starting position every time. Once you feel confident, it'll be time to learn how to release your sample. So to get this part right, make sure your crossfader setting is set to sharp. This allows you to mute the deck opposite the crossfader. Now the second step in doing the baby scratch is to push and pull the sample, then to release the sample and to put it back to its starting position without hearing the pullback. So here it is with the pullback. And here it is without the pullback. To practice your baby scratch releasing, try baby scratching your track with a duplicate loop track. Now once you master that, you can start implementing your baby scratch into your sets like this. Before we move on any further, let me address a pretty common question most DJs ask me. What are the best sounding headphones? Well, I personally use two different headphones for two different things, DJing in the studio and editing videos. So those headphones are the HD58X and HD6XX from drop.com. Now these headphones are open back, and open back headphones allow air to pass through their ear cups, which in turn provide a more natural, clear, and overall better sound compared to closed back headphones which focus more on sound isolation. Now I use these headphones in the studio because for me, they just sound better than closed back headphones, and they're also more comfortable to wear as well since they're made for long listening sessions. Now on top of having audiophile quality sound, they're also incredibly affordable and you can get a huge discount on them from drop.com if you use the coupon code DJ Carlo when you check out. Anyway, what headphones do I use for what? When it comes to DJing in the studio, I prefer using the HD58X as these headphones focus on clean, extended bass and smooth and clear upper mid-range so I can hear every minute detail of a track when I'm mixing. And so if you want amazing sound with a little bit of extra bass and a cheaper price tag, the HD58X are the headphones to go for. Now when it comes to editing and just listening to music, I much prefer the HD6XX as these headphones just sound amazing. In addition to that, they also sound great even without an audiophile setup. You can plug them straight into your laptop, mix your phone, and be in audiophile heaven. They're honestly the best quality audiophile headphones in their price bracket, and they just sound as good / even better than $1,000 studio monitors. So again, if you guys want to get a huge discount on any of these headphones, use the coupon code DJ Carlo when you check out at drop.com. Now let's move on to my favorite 6 things you can do to a track when you're done mixing it in. Keep in mind though that you shouldn't always be applying these tricks because you'll eventually annoy the crowd. Rather use these tricks sparingly to complement a song and not overpower it. Trick number 5 though is my favorite because people never really seem to get tired of hearing it. Anyway, let's now proceed to talking about the first trick, which is the best way to activate beat rolls to complement a set. And that's by activating them in 1/2 and 1/4 beat rates. The next trick is the vinyl break effect, and I usually implement this trick at the end of a phrase. So as you notice there's a difference in how I activate the vinyl break effect. For Rekordbox DJ like the beat roll effect, I use the pad effects mode, and you can get my exact pad effects settings by copying them here. Now the next trick is my favorite way to use a vinyl break effect, and that's to use it right after using the beat roll effect. The fourth trick involves beat slicer mode, and though this mode may be intimidating to use, it's actually quite simple. All you have to do once you activate beat slicer mode is to tap pads 1 and 2 like a drum. If you want to level that trick up, try pressing another pad while still drumming pads 1 and 2. The fifth and sixth trick work great with enhancing a track's build-up And a lot of pro DJs use these two tricks to give their build-ups even more impact. So let's start with the fifth trick, and that trick involves the echo effect and high-pass filter. You can also make this effect more dramatic by twisting the filter knob back and forth as you reach the song's drop. And the sixth trick involves using the noise effect, echo effect, and volume fader. So that's the dramatic way to do this noise trick. But if you want to do it more like how the top 100 DJs do it, then just simply turn the noise effect clockwise and counterclockwise as you reach the song's drop. Now, how do you get the noise effect on Rekordbox DJ and Serato DJ? Well, let's start with Rekordbox DJ. Here's how you can do it. To do this on Rekordbox DJ, go to Settings. In the View section, scroll down until you see the Effect panel. Then click Beat Effects plus Sound Color Effects. Then close the Settings menu. Now at the top left section of your screen, go to the CFX section and click the single dot. Then click User, and from the Filter tab, select Noise and make sure it's highlighted. Then finally, bring the parameter knob to the 1 o'clock position. And now you can do this with your filter knob. For Serato DJ users who use beginner DJ controllers, well, it's not as easy. You'll need to download this noise sample, load it up to an empty deck, and trigger the sample in when you want to manipulate it. Once you get the track, load it up on an empty deck on Serato DJ and activate your one-off echo effect on it. So basically, to replicate the noise effect, we'll have to high-pass filter and echo the deck with a noise sample sound.
This is no time to engage in the luxury of going
So to prep your pad effects functions on Rekordbox DJ, near the cue point section, click on Hot Cue, and from the drop-down menu, click Pad Effects. Then click the tool icon, and now we can edit our pad effects functions. Let's first start out with the beat roll effect. Click on a spot and select Beat Effects. Then click on Roll, and now next to it, select 1/2. Then do the same on another spot, but this time select 1/4. And now you can do this. Now the next effect will be trance, so select another spot, then select Beat Effects, then select Trance. Then select 1/2. Then do the same again on another spot, but this time select 1/4. And now you can do this. And now the last effect to prep is a vinyl break effect. So select another spot, then select Release Effects, then select V-Break. Then right next to it, select 3/4. And now you can do this. For Serato DJ, on the other hand, it's a different story. So the first thing you need to do is set your vinyl break settings to this on Serato DJ. then to activate slip mode, then to play and stop the track when you want to hear that vinyl break sound effect. And that's it. If you're still watching this video, let me know who you are by commenting your favorite trick down below with the star emoji in your comment. And with that said, thank you so much for watching everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one.